Gene Hackman's wife died of hantavirus. Actor died of cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's. The causes of deaths of actor Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, were revealed by officials on Friday, more than 1 week after the couple was mysteriously found dead in their Santa Fe, New Mexico home. Hackman, 95, died of cardiovascular and Alzheimer's disease likely around Feb. 18, about 1 week after his wife died from a rare syndrome, hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. On about Feb. 11, officials said. Hackman's death was from hypertensive and atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, with Alzheimer's disease as a significant contributory factor. Dr. Heather Yarale, chief medical investigator for the state's Office of the Medical Investigator, announced at a news conference. Mr. Hackman showed evidence of advanced Alzheimer's disease, she said. He was in a very poor state of health. He had significant heart disease, and I think, ultimately, that is what resulted in his death. Arakawa, 65, died from hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, a rare disease transmitted through rodent urine, droppings, or saliva, officials said. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said the disease initially causes flu-like symptoms that can progress to more severe illness where people have trouble breathing. Those who contract hantavirus after being exposed to rodent excrement often feel ill for roughly 3 to 6 days, Yarale said. Then they can transition to that pulmonary phase, where they have fluid in their lungs and around their lungs, she said. And at that point, a person can die very quickly, within 24 to 48 hours, roughly speaking, without medical treatment. Hackman was likely home with his deceased wife for 1 week before he died, Santa Fe County Sheriff Aiden Mendoza said. There was no food in his stomach, which means he had not eaten recently, but he had also no evidence of dehydration, officials said. Hackman was in an advanced state of Alzheimer's, and it's quite possible that he was not aware that she was deceased, Yarale said, adding that the question is difficult to answer. The Academy Award-winning actor and his wife were found dead during a Feb. 26 welfare check, with no obvious signs of how they died, the sheriff's office said. Authorities said last week that the couple tested negative for carbon monoxide. The New Mexico Gas Company also concluded its investigation for carbon monoxide at the home, saying there were no significant findings of leaks. Authorities said last week that their deaths were suspicious enough in nature to require a thorough search and investigation, according to a search warrant affidavit. Hackman was discovered on the floor in the mudroom, and it appeared he fell suddenly. According to the search warrant, Hackman suffered from severe heart disease, including multiple surgical procedures involving the heart, evidence of prior heart attacks, and severe changes of the kidneys due to chronic high blood pressure. Yarale said. The actor's initial pacemaker data revealed cardiac activity on Feb. 17, with subsequent pacemaker interrogation demonstrating an abnormal rhythm of atrial fibrillation on Feb. 18, which was the last record of heart activity, Yarale said. Hackman tested negative for hantavirus, officials noted. Arakawa was found lying on her side on the floor in a bathroom, with a space heater near her body. According to the search warrant, her body showed signs of decomposition. There was mummification to her hands and feet. The document said. On the counter near Arakawa was an open prescription bottle, with pills scattered. According to the search warrant, the pills were determined to be thyroid medication that was being taken as prescribed and did not appear to have any contribution to her death, officials said on Friday. One of the couple's 3 dogs was found dead in a crate about 10 to 15 feet from Arakawa's body, officials said, but their 2 other dogs were found alive. It appeared they had access to a doggy door. One dog was found near Arakawa's body, and the other was located outside, according to Mendoza. The sheriff on Friday outlined Arakawa's final days. On Feb. 9, Arakawa picked up one of their 3 dogs, the dog who was later found dead in the home with the couple, from a vet hospital after a procedure, which may explain why the dog was discovered in a crate when the bodies were found. The sheriff said. On the afternoon of Feb. 11, Arakawa went to a farmer's market, CVS, and a pet food store, and entered her gated community at 5:15 p.m., the sheriff said. There's no evidence she had any communication after Feb. 11, the sheriff said, saying all of her emails were unread after that date. It's possible the dog died from lack of access to food and water, said Dr. Aaron Phipps, veterinarian with the New Mexico Department of Health. But officials are awaiting results of the necropsy. Dogs do not get sick from hantavirus, she noted. There were 864 cases of hantavirus in the U.S. from 1993 to 2022, according to the CDC.